Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. So according to Wrestling News World, they said that Impact Wrestling really needs to start making money, and Anthem is really contemplating if they made the right move, the right choice in purchasing this company and going full in with a pro wrestling promotion. If you're unaware right now, you're probably aware that Impact runs on Pop TV, but you may not be aware that they're doing that pretty much just for the promotion and the publicity. They don't really make much, if any, money off of their TV deal. Unlike WWE, who more than half of their revenue comes from television, nothing's coming from this Pop TV deal. It's pretty much, hey, you let us put our TV show, our weekly wrestling show on your network to get exposure, and you keep all the ad revenue as far as the commercials and all of that. Now with that, Anthem is now in a cost-cutting kind of mode as far as trying to make this company somewhat profitable. And we do know that they're going to start their own network here at any moment. It was supposed to launch a couple weeks ago, and there were some issues with it, and they didn't launch it. So with that, they think, okay, we have all this old content. We have all this stuff we can put on a network. Cool, we can get some revenue from that. Another thing that they're not making money off of is TV tapings. Typically, you go to a wrestling show, you pay for your ticket, boom, the promotion makes money off of tickets sold. Well, when taping at the quote-unquote Impact Zone at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, they don't make any money off of that. It's actually a big money loss. Now you're going to ask, well, don't people have to pay to get into the tapings? No. If you pay for a ticket to get into Universal Studios, then you can just go into one of these Impact tapings completely free because it's included with your park admission. With that is one reason why they've moved the Bound for Glory pay-per-view from Orlando to Ottawa, Canada. They're also doing a full set of Impact tapings after Bound for Glory in Canada, and this is kind of like a, I guess you can say, test run to see how this goes. They want to hopefully get around 500 people in the building each day of tapings, and I heard that the ticket prices are not that expensive. I heard like general admission seating is $15, $25 for floor seats, and that's Canadian. So if you're rounding to American, it's even cheaper. With that move from Orlando to Canada, they can now start slightly making a little bit of profit based off of ticket sales. Now another thing that has been talked about with Anthem is what to do with the actual Impact television show. Do they keep it on Pop TV or do they move it somewhere else? They've tried to pitch it to other networks and no one really wants to budge with it. Pop TV may not even re-sign. They did just re-sign a contract extension that sees them on Pop through 2018. But once that's done, what do they do from there? There has been talks of moving the weekly Impact show to their over-the-top service, to their Global Fight Network wrestling service, so you won't be able to get it for free on TV anymore. And that could be a very, very bad idea. Because if you're not getting many people subscribed to your network, that's a lot of people that aren't watching your show. At least with your show being on Pop TV, that's some exposure. That's a way for people to be like, oh, I haven't watched Impact in a while. I'm just going to randomly watch it because there's nothing else on tonight. You put it on your service and it's like, oh, I want to watch Impact, but I don't want to pay for it. So that's where it's kind of like, I see where they're coming from because it may be the only way to make money off of the show. But at the same time, what's more important? The exposure to possibly sell subscriptions to that network, to possibly sell pay-per-view buys, or just full out saying, screw the national exposure, we need to just make money now. So I ask you guys, what do you guys think of all of this? I mean, it's a really good idea to move out of the Impact Zone. That's the first thing they need to do. That's the first thing as far as getting a fresh new look on the entire product. But I don't think moving from Pop TV to your own network is a good idea when you don't really have much buzz around your show anyways. And the major thing with that is you're pretty much not making any new fans with that. Another thing I have heard is that if these shows in Canada do go well, they can start traveling for their Impact tapings as far as big markets in the United States, like New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Dallas. But that's going to do it for this edition of Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember to comment below, like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow PWUnlimited.net for the latest in pro wrestling news.